Welcome to Ngosti Talk Shows. Lead from within.
Find your own voice.
Challenges we have had to overcome in 2020.
Find your own voice.
The world has become united by the unseen, knowing there are no guarantees for tomorrow.
Lead from within.
Find your own voice.
Let the world hear your voice and be filled within.
For the day has come for you to be a great leader.
The time has come to break away from the pain, distraction, experience the unthinkable.
Lead from within. Find your own voice. Over to you, Carolann. Please introduce yourself to our audience.
Yeah, it's I like that experience, the unthinkable. And for some, the unthinkable is actually writing that book, writing their story and getting that published and out there. And that's what I do as the writing facilitator. I help women to be more productive with their writing. But more importantly, they experience free-flowing writing. They experience an unlocking of the writer within and actually getting their book written, getting their story written, because you cannot publish what isn't written. And all of this has actually come about through my own journey of unlocking the writer within. So yes, I'm Carolann. I'm the writing facilitator, unlocking the writer within.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Carolann, for your introduction. So our topic today is how to have the ego and lioness attitude. So I am bold. We are bold enough to fight and stand for greatness, for something that we believe in as leaders. That's why we are here at Ngosti Talk Show. Basically, I'm gonna let you, Carolann, basically talk about the topic, the introduction, because if you are a leader, most of the leaders, they have an attitude of winning. They have no clue at the beginning. They have no clue what they are doing. They just know how to say, yes, I myself, I am the proof. So I will explain to our audience why I am the proof of saying yes to the opportunities, not having a clue where I'm going. Having a big vision, but not knowing how I'm going to get there. So I'm going to leave it to you, Carolann.
So yeah, having that big vision, not knowing where you're going or how you're going to get there, or not knowing where you're going, it's how you're going to get there. And it's actually focusing on the what and allowing the how to take care of itself, because it is having that big vision and it's holding to that. But that lion attitude, as you say, it's standing for what you believe in. It's having that courage to go in a direction that other people aren't going in. Everyone else might be going this way, but you see a vision and it takes you in this direction. And you have that courage within to stand on your convictions and go, no, this is my direction. And actually take the actions towards doing it, and being resilient when it looks like there's some knockbacks, because it's being brave, it's being bold and determined, and it's standing. So as a leader, a lion is very what's the word, it's this big, they stand, they don't sort of cower or back away, they stand there, big and proud, and they know what they want, and they go for it. Yeah. So you have a big vision, and I get you're going for it with these shows, and I really applaud you for carrying this on through and taking this to where it is now, because that takes boldness in the face of adversity. Other people might, as I know, be coming at you and attempt to knock you off or put you down, but there's this, no, this is what this show is about, and this show will continue, because there are people out there that need the message or want the message, and even if it only impacts one person and makes a difference in one person's life, that has a ripple effect around the world, because that person changes, people around them change, and so it goes on. So yeah, let's keep on with this vision.
When I actually decided this topic, I was laughing my head off. Because the talk show was a legacy wealth talk before. We had I basically came up with this vision, and I told my friends, can we get together and create our own audience? The planning was there, and the vision was there, that big vision with the 4 people. And all of a sudden, my friends went, no, they didn't want to do it anymore. And I was left with 1 minute decision. At that moment, the following day, I was going to broadcast as what was I going to do when somebody tells me that we can't do it anymore last minute. So I was like, wow. And I'd created the group from God, and that group was meant to be Legacy Wealth Talk. And all of a sudden, my friends are saying we're going. I said I was in the kitchen, and then I was like, Legacy Wealth Talk cannot go on anymore, because that was a dream that was with the 4 people that I care about. 3 people that I care about, and I was the 4th one. So I was like, I'm not gonna do this name anymore. And I sat down and I was like, oh my God, what is gonna happen? And then I was like, I went and looked for the names on the computer. I'm Googling, and Ngozi Talk Show. Ngozi Talk Show came up. This is my name. I'm taking this name. Where am I going? No clue. So I remember conducting my business coach, and I was like, could you please create me a banner, Ngozi Talk Show, with the company brand? And he was like, okay, sure. How do you like the banner? And I sent the banner and everything. So they got creative and sent me the banner, and no vision, not knowing what I'm going through. I'm broadcasting with my webcam that cost 30 pounds. My light is the light for my house, for the light bulb that is for the house. So I had no clue what I was going. The coronavirus, I'm not making money. So I was like, I'm going for this. So I created this vision. I have this big vision in my head financially. I have no clue where I'm going. This is the truth. It's not a joke. And I was like, I'm a leader. I'm gonna have to go through, I know my path, where I'm going. I don't know if carolann, if you have ever been in this situation where you know where you want to go, but you're just saying yes, not having a clue how you're gonna get there. So I was just saying yes, and talking to you guys and coming here, broadcasting. And I kept believing in myself. Kept believing. And you know what? Yesterday, for the whole week last week, I've been searching for the best camera to broadcast, to stream on a live, the audio. I've been checking the right equipment and everything. So I was like, I'm not going to buy expensive equipment. I need to learn this. I've realized that doing some research that I need to learn how to broadcast properly, but I'm going to have to understand the equipment first. If I go for the expensive equipment, I'm not going to understand it. So I need to start from the beginning. So I ordered my equipment. So I'm going to have a proper broadcasting Now I'm gonna have proper broadcasting equipment. I think it's arriving today, actually. So next week, I'm gonna be broadcasting with my good audio. I'm gonna have a good audio, but from the start, I no clue. People might say, "Oh, we watch your videos. It's just a camera. It's been a camera for £30. It's been the light for my house that I've been using because I had a dream that we were part of the team. We were going to create this business with other people, but it turns out I was on my own. But I had to have this lion attitude mind where I'm not afraid of being on my own. I'm not afraid of carrying you guys, because even though you guys have been actually believing in me, so I had to put this brave face and faith, believing that God is going to bless me to actually broadcast properly, and spend our whole week last week. So you're gonna see my camera. I have a choice. If I don't like this camera that I bought, it's not expensive. I didn't want to buy a very, very expensive camera, that streaming camera, because I don't know how to use it. And even when you're doing some research, they're saying, if you don't know how to use the camera, you're not going to get the benefits of it. So you need to understand the streaming, how it works, by start from the beginning, so you can understand and upgrading. So I'm starting from the beginning. If I don't like this one, I can upgrade it and send it back. So I have that choice. So thank you so much, you guys, for believing in me. So that's why I'm confessing now.
Yeah, it's just that you put it out there, and I think that's the step, is that you shared. You put out there speaking opportunity.
I know.
In a Facebook
Caroline.
And it was just like, and I know when we first spoke, I was like, what is this about? And I wasn't really clear. It was like, well, you just put your name down for it. And I'm going, what do you want me to do every week or every day? Or what is it? So I was a bit confused in the beginning, but the more I just sort of, well, okay, let me do it this day. And then I started to get the picture of what you were doing, and just thought, yeah, this is amazing. And I know for myself,
I know,
to
but
step into this.
The most beautiful thing is you guys, I have 30 speakers that did not judge me, and I'm grateful for that. And some people did judge me and they walked away. So I'm glad that you guys stick with me, because when you believe in something, when I do something, I always believe in myself. I always believe in the things that I do. And it doesn't matter whether somebody doesn't believe in me, it doesn't matter to me. But what touched me was you guys staying, asking questions, and then I was able to answer those questions. And with me not having a clue how I'm going to carry you guys, and watching the videos and seeing other people. Hold on, you can speak now, Carolann.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, you just didn't have a clue. And but what I really got from this was that even though you didn't have a clue, for me, there was that opportunity to just step up and just speak. And what you gave us was that platform with no judgment. Because for me, I was like, oh my goodness, people are going to judge, or what I'm saying is going to be criticized, or it's not good enough. And also, will I be able to answer the question or talk around the topic? Well, actually, what I realized was that you were very good at crafting questions to elicit something around the topic from us. But also, what I had to say was accepted, was valuable. And for me, that has been a huge growth for me, to be able to just come in. And the topic, I will look up and just get some ideas. I'll have a look at it, the words or the actual topic, see what's out there, form my own thoughts. or broaden my own thoughts as well, so that I can bring something more to it. And it's just been an amazing adventure. I've really enjoyed it. So, I really thank you for not knowing what you're doing, but actually finding a way and knowing that actually you do know what you're doing, because you're so well guided. You've got your faith, you've got your trust, and people show up that support you.
I know. You know what? Even with I remember, because we were creating the banners when you guys started, had to create banners every day, and I was like, I'm not gonna create no banners anymore. That is too much nightmare. And then I was like, let's change the system. No banners. Our audience, they know what time we come on, so we're just gonna come on and do what we do best, because it's all about basically empowering people. And, in life, as a leader, as long when you have a good attitude about something that you want to do in life, if you know where you want to go, you have this vision, because I had the vision. Basically, I had this vision. I sat down, I had the vision, but how I was going to get there. If somebody was to ask me now and say, Nomsa, did you know how you're going to get there? I didn't have a clue, because I have another businesses. So the money that comes in, it funds another business. It doesn't fund and goes to talk show. I knew I needed to do this. I needed to buy proper equipment to broadcast on YouTube and Facebook and stream properly. No clue how to do it and how to actually buy all those equipment. I have to, it's coronavirus. I have to feed kids. I have to pay for my living, and I'm not making enough money I used to. But there's one thing that kept me going, is knowing that I'm a leader and knowing that God is for me, and he will provide for me. He will provide for this business, the Fungozi Talk Show. How? If I say I knew, I would be lying. I will be lying, but you know what? The good thing about when you believe in something, that is a beautiful thing. If you believe in something and you hold on to that belief and keep doing something. So I believed in it, but I kept broadcasting, people watching my videos and judging me. I'm like, I don't really mind. There's people that are benefiting in this. And people are sending me messages, they're benefiting, they like the speakers, they like the message. And that's all it matters to me. When somebody says we like what you do and we are benefiting out of what you do, for me, that's enough. I'm not doing this for me, I'm doing it for our community. So that is enough for me. So I'm gonna have other people that are not gonna believe in me, but that's okay as well. So I don't know have you ever been in this situation like Mani, carolann? Have you ever been in this situation?
I used to just jump. Yeah. I used to call it jumping in the deep end. I always used to jump in the deep end. And I did that when I was teaching, and I jumped in and they needed a head of department.
Yeah.
And I just went, okay,
I'll do it.
I'd had no training. I'd had no points of responsibility. I just went, okay, I'll do it. And it was like, at the time it was hard work. It was what I call a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah.
More than a bit of a nightmare. It was because the school itself went into special measures. So we were being constantly looked at by Ofsted, and we had obviously strategies to put into place and what's the word, targets to meet, and I also had staff off sick and other staff that took over, and it brought out all my inner child insecurities. I had a member of staff who, when we were just on the same level, we were fine. We got on really well, you know? And it wasn't until I became head of department that I suddenly saw her insecurities and how the other head of department had supported her. And all of a sudden it was like she was this nightmare person who was constantly at me and constantly wanting this support. And I was expecting things from her that I realized actually she wasn't able to give. And it was, it was a great time, but I've learned so much from it. I did end up ill and went off. I was headed, I can't remember how many years I was head of department for, but we saw them through and out the other side of special measures. And, but of course we had funding cuts as well, which didn't help. But through all of that, I learned a lot. And I then chose to step out of teaching because I trained in other modalities and realized that I needed to go on a journey and explore something else for me to then step back into education with a different hat on. What that hat was going to be, I just said, I'm going to lead a new paradigm into education.
Yeah.
No idea. I'm still going. And it's only just starting to come to me. This is what, nearly 19 years later, what this new paradigm is. It's like, okay. It is literally, okay, I stepped out and have just trusted the journey. Haven't known how I was going to do what I was going to do, but amazingly, I've found things seem to work out, as even at my lowest times when I couldn't see another way forward, something just opened up. I'd speak to someone, or there'd be another free course that came along that I was able to do that helped move me forward. But it was this determination to keep going. There's something inside that just says, no, you've got to keep going. You've got to keep going. And the more you move and the more I would share things, this is what I'm learning, the more I speak and I share, the more things open up. And whereas I would keep a lot to me, I would try and think I've got to sort it all out myself. But along the journey, I realized that I'd had to do a lot of inner work. And I realized it's taken me all this time to get to where I am. Because yes, I started out as a maths teacher, and now I'm actually supporting people with their writing, completely different thing. And it's not like it is as an English teacher. This is different. This is bringing that writer from within out,
Yes.
But I've also realized how that can also impact people's ability to learn maths, which was my dream. It's like, everybody's going to love maths. That's what it was all about. At the end of the day, everyone's going to love maths.
Yes.
So yeah, I can see a way forward to easing that, but it's still a journey to go on that. But what I realized along the way was that it was doing the inner work, clearing my own fears to quite deep depths, so that I can sit with people within whatever emotion they're feeling, wherever they're going, and just hold that space, so that there's no need to fix or do anything, just allow them to be in that space and find their own way through. But I realized that when you have none of those fears inside of you anymore, and you come from your heart and you come from an inner strength of love, no one can touch you.
No.
And I actually found an African proverb today that I just really says it all. It says, if there is no enemy within you, then no adversary on the outside can harm you.
That is
so
true.
It's all about the inner being, no enemy inside of you. So none of that self-judgment talk, none of the fears, all of that. And it's all about that self-empowerment and clearing those doubts, clearing those critical voices inside. Because once they're clear, no one who's criticizing you outside can touch you, because you'll just go, that's their opinion, that's their thought.
Yes.
It's not necessarily the truth, and it can't touch me. And you can keep going, you know? Yeah. So,
you know, it's also understanding that if you don't go for what you want to do and ask yourself questions, how am I going to get there? And then you don't do it, you're going to live in regrets, regretting what if. So for me personally, I don't like living into regret, because the regret is very, very painful when you're actually start asking questions. Why I didn't do this? Why didn't I do this? I actually like to go for something and achieve it. It doesn't matter the results. Sometimes I might not achieve where I need to go, but I like to go for things. I am basically a person that does not say no to opportunities. I always say yes to opportunities, as long as they are right opportunities for me. How am I going to get there? We'll work that out later. So, because the talk show is been with the Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency, I had everything planned. I had the team, you can name it. I had the money when I began the company. I had the money to find the company, to fund the company. I had everything planned, under control. But with the Ghostly Talk Show, it was like, okay, plan A didn't work out, and the plan B, I was like, because, you know, I had all you guys, I was adding the speakers on WhatsApp and for Legacy Wealth Talk. And then I was like, and everyone says, we're not going to do this anymore. And I was like, oh my goodness, what's happening now? Now I was like, God, you say if you seek, you will find that path. So this is the path that I'm seeking right now. I'm going to put everything in your hands. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but this is where I want to go. I want to get there. And, you know, when you are doing something, what you need to understand that not everyone is going to judge you. Some people, they're not going to believe in you, but then they're going to listen. Okay, when you say something, because you guys were able to listen to me when I said this is Ngozi Talk Show, this is what Ngozi Talk Show does, this is the community, and you guys were able to listen, and you were able to actually say, we want to get involved. And it's something that I'm going to be grateful. It doesn't matter where we go now. I'm going to always be grateful for actually staying with Ngozi Talk Show, because Ngozi Talk Show is just gonna serve so many people. And these are the good times that I'm gonna remember. I'm not gonna remember how I made loads of money through Ngozi Talk Show. I'm gonna remember the beginning, the exciting part, because that is the beginning where I have learned that if you want to do something, don't ask questions how. Say yes.
Yeah.
The rest,
just say yes. Go ahead, man. Yeah.
the rest will work out on its own. Because I'm not actually, even with the designs, I'm not good with the designs. I don't do the designs. And I was putting the banners and everyone judging me, making comments. And Mohammed is a designer. Mohammed had to take over the design. And he was like, I remember designing the banner, and then he actually took that banner and redesigned it and sent it to me. And I was like, oh, you are a designer? He was like, yes. And I was like, okay, you carry on, then you can do that department. So he never judged me, or he never said anything. He just got on with his part of the work, which is, that's what a great leader does, and the attitude comes with it. And that's what you do in life. And having courage as well, knowing that, having courage, knowing your destiny and taking charge of your destiny as well in life. I think that is really, really helpful. Do you have anything to add?
Well, I think what you were saying about it's that delegation.
Yeah.
A great leader will actually delegate and know it's not about having to do it all yourself.
Yeah.
It's about knowing what you want to get done and knowing and recognizing the strengths of other people and bringing them into you with you as a team, and then playing to their strengths and letting them use their strengths to support you, you know. And that was something that I learned the hard way, because I felt I had to do it all on my own when I was head of department, but I felt like I needed to know what everything was before I could then delegate it, you know. And so yes, we do need to know a certain amount, but it's also recognizing when someone else is more capable and then play to their strengths. So that is it. It's having the team, letting them take the lead in their own way, and moving it forward. And I think there was something else that you were saying about what you'll remember, and it's not about the money.
Yes,
Because it isn't
I
about the money.
remember the
It
good
never
times
is about the
when you
money.
guys accepted,
Yeah.
you guys accepted to go through this journey with me. These are the good times that I'll remember, because you know, it's now I remember when you guys started, you were all like, people were sending me messages and saying, what is happening, what is the plan. And I remember you guys actually, you asked your own questions, but then decided to stay. And some people walked away, which is fine when others walk away, because I'm threading my own path. So I came to an understanding, even when Nadia was chasing people, trying to find out if they can appear on Gossip Talk Show, or those who were on the WhatsApp group. I said to her, listen, leaders are found. You don't create leaders. You found the leader, the leader's mind, the attitude. You find someone who has an attitude to be a great leader. It comes natural. They create that person. It has to be a great leader, has to have a mind and an attitude. But when you start chasing somebody, that's not you are, that means you are creating them to become who you want them to become. So I said to her, we're going to stop chasing. We're going to accept those who want to stay and stop chasing. And some people were actually asking her the questions, because when somebody joins on Gossip Talk Show, I have to introduce myself. I had to speak to them. And some people were actually asking, they've been on Gossip Talk Show, they've appeared, they've spoken to them Gossip Talk Show every week, but they were asking her the same question. Then I said to her, listen, this is going to stop. You're not going to chase anyone. And she was like, okay, Nomsa, I've been busy chasing people. I was like, no, because not in Gossip Talk Show, you don't chase no one. So because, you know, through tough times, your attitude comes out. And that attitude, it keeps you going. And the people that wants to stand by you, the people that wants to believe in your dreams, they stay with you. It doesn't matter how good, because Carolann, there are people like that we admire, Les Brown and everyone else, those who are in that category. We didn't get to see their beginning. We get to see the exciting bit, but we didn't get to see their beginning. And what is most exciting with you guys is you guys saw the beginning. And I can stand one day on stage and ask you guys questions. How was the beginning? And you can laugh about it. And that is the most amazing thing. The memories that you can actually teach somebody that wants to follow their dreams and say this. How Gossip Talk Show, when we step into Gossip Talk Show, this is what Nomsa was. And this is where we didn't have a clue. We were asking questions, because I remember you guys at the beginning, you were asking questions, what this meant to be, what is this meant to be? But now, no one is asking questions. The people are asking, what do you want me to do? They are asking their work. They are asking how can they help, which is amazing. And those are the memories that I am going to cherish, because you guys believe in the dreams that I believed in, even though you didn't know how, even if even when you had questions, because I could see that you guys had questions, and I kept saying, come down, this is where we're going. So that is amazing.
Yeah. And it is all about the experience, and because it's not just other people's lives that you're touching through the talks, through us, having us speakers on here, sharing our knowledge, our experience, our wisdom.
Yes.
But it's the experience that you've given us of being on here, because you've made a difference to our lives as well by being able to be on here. So there's more than just the listeners' lives you are making a difference to. So you're making a difference to your own life, your family's life, our lives, and the listeners' lives. And that just has a huge ripple effect. So what you mentioned attitude.
Yes.
What is the sort of attitude that somebody needs to be able to do this? I mean, what is a lion's attitude? I mean, what is it?
You have to have an attitude of saying, yes, I can. Even if you don't know where you're going, you have to have an attitude where you say, yes, I can. Even when people walk away from you, you have to believe in you. Because what you need to understand is these people are walking away from you. They don't know your dream. So if you actually have an attitude of start asking questions, why people are they walking away? So if you were to explain my dream, if I walk away from your dream, it doesn't mean that your dream is not right, Carolann. It is right. You just have to keep unleashing that attitude within you, that attitude of a lion and the eagle. Because when a lion sees something in meat, all he thinks about it is eating. He doesn't think about letting go. He thinks about, I need the meat. This is my meat to eat. If I come across a lion will want to eat me. To let me go, that's not his mind. So that is the attitude that you need to have. You need to have an attitude of winning. You need to have an attitude regardless of whether you fall, whether you whatever happens, you just need to rise up. As a person, you need to rise up, because no one can believe in your dreams, even through tough times. It's you. Don't expect other people to actually comfort you when you're going through hard times with whatever you're doing, business, whatever. It's you that needs to have an attitude. When you want to be healed, I am going to help you to be healed, to get healed. The attitude that you have for you when you're meditating, when you're praying, that attitude is going to help you to be healed. So I can comfort you, but it doesn't mean that my comfort is going to help you. My comfort is going to help you to keep going. I might just comfort you, but not believing in you. But if you believe in you, if you believe in the dream, don't ask how am I going to get there. You just get on with it.
Yeah. And it's having that belief in your dream. It's having that belief in yourself.
Yeah.
Allows others to believe in you.
Yes.
And as you said, if you share your dream with them and they just walk away, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with your dream.
No, there's nothing
It's just
wrong.
that they're not in alignment with it. It's not their dream. And actually it's better that they do walk away, because you want someone who's in alignment with it, can walk side by side with you, and their dream and their vision is in alignment with yours, because that's the support, because then you take each other along on the journey. And it's about also having these affirmations, isn't it? I mean, one way is keep affirming, but sometimes we need to be careful about having affirmations or saying, I am a leader. You need to check in with your body whether you really actually believe it.
Yes.
Because sometimes there is this inner belief that you might say it, but it doesn't feel congruent with something inside. And so that's where we need to really notice, do I really believe what I'm saying? Does it feel right in my body? And are the actions I'm taking in alignment with it? Because if they're not, then there's some part of you that doesn't actually fully believe that affirmation. And there's, I mean, I just think of what one activity that people could do just to really bring that affirmation into alignment, or bring their body into alignment, is actually a brain gym activity. And brain gym are just activities that take away the stress of learning. They help you to find a different perspective on something. And this one, I love this one because I do it all the time. It's actually just massaging around the ears, all the way around here.
Okay.
Yeah. And you just massage it, and you've got lots of tiny acupressure points around there. So just massaging it round, and then actually say the affirmation at the same time. So just saying, I'm a great leader. I know where I'm going. I am a great leader. And just it allows you to just hear what you're saying and be aware of what your internal dialogue is as well. And then just notice what happens to your body. And
Yeah.
when you say, I'm a leader, do you feel different? Do you stand a bit more differently? Be aware of your stance. Because sometimes you can say something, I'm a leader. Does this body language say I'm a leader? No. But when you can stand, like a lion stands, really proud, and say, I'm a leader, the body language says it all. So be aware of your body language as well. So that's, just some ways of you becoming that leader, or really becoming the bigger leader that you already are, because you're already a leader, but it is that, as you say, it's that believing in yourself, believing in where you're going. And as I was saying earlier, I'm going this way. You said at the beginning, there were 4 of you started a show. 3 went that way. You went, I'm going this way. Yeah. That's what a leader does. That's what a lion does. They stand out and go in their own direction. So, yeah.
That is so true. And also, you have to have a courage. You have to have courage in understanding that a leader does not seek followers, and also as a leader, you are not a follower. Basically, you have a mind of leading people. You have a mind of, you have that courage. You can seek strength, even if you don't know the direction where you're going. You can actually meditate and pray. If you find me pray when I'm actually seeking God, people normally, they say you pray when you want something, you pray when these things. Me, when I pray, I let it all out. And I've been praying from God's talk shows, saying, God, you know what? I basically, you actually say there is none like you. This is my situation right now. I have no clue how am I gonna get there, but the beautiful thing is he's been showing me the way. This is how you need to, this is how you need to go. And now we work with the Reality 7, and I'm grateful for them as well. When I actually approached them, they didn't judge me. They just went, okay, well, how do you want us to help to come? And because a great leader basically does not judge. So to me, they showed me that they are great leaders. And
they were lovely. I really loved their presence and how they conducted themselves. They were very grounded in who they were and what their vision was and what they do, and so humble, I felt, but very strong sort of character. I just loved that the interview with them, and look forward to them coming again. It's like, oh yes. and listen to more of their music, because it's absolutely amazing. They're singing. It's
so
really powerful.
It's basically understanding what you want, and praying and asking God and saying, and I quote the scriptures. I go and quote every scripture and say, on this scripture you say this, on this scripture you say this, on this scripture you say this, and right now I need you. And how am I getting there? I have no clue. Because sometimes we can say, even if you did have finances to find the dream, it doesn't mean that dream can be successful. So as long you know the path, you can ask for assistance, whatever you believe in. Some people believe in the universe. For me, I believe in God. I say, God, this is the path where I need to go, but is this the right path? Reveal the truth about my birthright. What am I meant to go? And I know that I've meant to actually lead you guys to help the community find their own voice, so they can lead from within. So I know this is my path where I need to go. But now I have hope, because I believe that I can take you guys to the next level of Ngozi Talk Show. So, and I believe in the things that I do. Is it gonna be easy? No, it's not. It's not gonna be easy. But in that way, I know that, because in life, you have to actually, there are no maybe. When you are doing something, there are no maybe. So you have to say, yes, this is the path that I'm taking with their heart. You have to actually connect your heart with your spirit inside of you, so you can let it all out and not trying to fit in with other people, because your gift, when God gives you that gift, your gift is not to fit in with people. Your gift is to do your work while you are on earth. I don't know what you think about this. That's how I believe myself. That
You are here for a purpose.
Yeah.
It is getting in touch with that purpose. And there's a quote that I love about, and I can't remember it fully, but it's God's gifts to you are more ability than you could use in a lifetime. Your gift to God is to actually to I can't think of the exact words, but it's actually to use those abilities, use more, and learn them and grow with them. So he's given you all these abilities, and that's his gift to you. Your gift back is to use them, to grow with them and learn more about them, and you've got more than you need in a lifetime. So you can never stop or run out. And yeah, I've forgotten where I was going, but I think sometimes that happens. And when we forget where we're going because we sort of go, oh, okay, that's when we need pause. And sometimes it's okay just to take a pause, take a breath. You regroup, you just allow yourself to breathe, because very often we just hold our breath. But just breathe and then go, okay, what's next? But as you say, praying is really powerful.
Oh, yes.
And what we've said before is in praying, it's receiving.
Yes.
It's then the receiving, because the prayer is the asking.
Yeah, and meditation
and then,
as well.
And meditation, yes. But it's then recognizing when it's given to you and being open to receiving it. Because sometimes it comes in ways that we could never envisage, and it's not always in the way that we want, or we think it should be. And so therefore it's accepting the way that it has come, because it usually, when you open up to that, it actually ends up the perfect way. It is exactly what you actually need. So it is learning to accept and receive what shows up, and work with that. Because when you do that, everything just falls into place. And actually, you say it's hard. Well, I think, again, that's a belief that we've grown up with because things have been hard. But actually, they don't need to be hard.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of our lessons here to learn, is that it can be really easy. When we're in flow, and we get an obstacle, rather it's the hardness we make it is because we fight with the obstacle. And rather than just, okay, there's an obstacle here, how can I work with it? What's it here to teach me? Because when you do that, all of a sudden it disappears and the way becomes smoother. So it is our resistance that actually makes it hard work. So again, I challenge that belief that it has to be hard, because it's always been hard. I've come to realize it doesn't have to be that way.
No,
And it's giving it the time that it needs to open up. So we want it now, we want it now, we want it now. It's not always now, it's patience.
Yep.
So you were going to say something.
Yeah, I was agreeing with you, actually. You have to be patient, and also you have to actually, you have to keep believing and knowing that no matter what's going on in life, because when you want something, we don't know the path, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but as long as you're going to stand for your greatness, you know your greatness. And like myself, I'm working with you today. I don't know. I can't judge you as a person because I don't know the gifts, how far your gifts can go as a human being, because it's up to you to push yourself to actually unleash that gift. So that's why it's actually good to give yourself permission as a person to become who you think you should be, not what you are expected to be. Like myself, I was talking to Tamia the other day, and I said to Tamia, the speakers, I need to find out what experience the speakers they have done in the past, because I believe that when somebody has done whatever they have done in the past before they became coaches, there are some challenges that they had to face through. So we need to bring that out so we can help the community with whatever the experience people have gone through, so you can actually help, because that's how you impact people. People can see us here with the makeup, beautiful, we're looking all beautiful and glamorous, but they don't know what we've been through for us to be where we are today. So that's what I need to bring out to the speakers, that personality, that electricity that can actually connect. Because when I get to know your story, your real story, like now, I know you were a teacher, then you took the promotion and not knowing, having a clue where you were going, and got promoted and went along with the job, and you learned from that job, and actually you changed lives, because they're children, that the lives that you changed at that moment. So that is a story that people can actually learn, that, you know, it doesn't matter how many degrees you have, it doesn't matter how smart you are, but if you don't have the right attitude, if you don't know how to think, because it's all about the mindset, how to think, and having the attitude to go with. That is great. I have people that I know that have degrees that I cannot compare myself with. I only have 1 degree. I don't have 5 degrees. I only have 1. But if you sit me down and ask me to think, I'll think. I get creative with the thinking. Yeah. I just get creative. I know, as long as you are aware that actually I don't know it all, I can seek help. I can say yes to the opportunity and bring somebody in to help me with this opportunity. You're good to go.
Yes, absolutely. I'm just curious, actually, if there's anybody listening, or anybody that will be listening on the replay to this, if they'd like to maybe put some comments, or, you know, what is it they'd like to know, or what's their struggle, or do they believe they're a leader and they're not stepping into leadership, or maybe feel like they're being pushed into a leadership role and they're holding back. You know, have they got questions around that? Because, you know, we could support them in these talks, and so their questions would actually help us to move forward. So we'd really like to hear from anybody that's listening, whether it's now or whether it's on the replay. What questions and topics would you like explored that would support you, you know? So that's just something I felt like we need to look at, because we keep thinking up topics, but who, you know, the audience, people out there, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering who's listening, whether it's now or in the future, because this, you know, Nkosi talk shows are going to be continuing. So even in the future, you know, if you listen to this, we want to know what your questions are. What would you like support with? And we'd love to discuss it, because that's what we do here, isn't it? It's a chat, it's a discussion, it's a sharing of ideas, knowledge and wisdom. And I think that's what leadership is about. And I'm coming to realize that you experience something, and then it's about the sharing, because you can experience things and hold it in, and then that doesn't, it's only you that's experienced it, learned from it. But actually that's quite mean in a way. It's quite selfish. When you share it with others, you're allowing them to gain something from your experience, and it's up to them whether they take it on or not, you know. And that's what sharing is about. It's not about saying, oh, I know this and you've got to do it as well. It's about, wow, this is what I've just learned, this is what I've experienced, and allowing it to land in whatever way it lands.
Yeah.
And people can pick it up and walk with it they want, you know, they want to. So yeah, we'd like to hear. Yeah, you agree? We'd like to hear from the audience.
Yeah, that is so true. If anyone is watching and basically, like Carolann says, if you don't understand who you are and you've been told something else, being a great leader or having a lion attitude mind and ego's mind, it comes from within. You can demonstrate that yourself, who you really are as a person, without being afraid of being judged by other people. You can actually be the person that you are meant to be. We don't know what is written in your book of life. Only you, when you work on yourself within, you have that authority to show us who you are. And if you have any questions and you want to work with one of our coaches or free consultation, you can actually get in touch with our speakers, because you don't want to be a follower. You don't want to be a Ngozi Talk Show follower. You just want to be your own leader. That's what we do in this talk show, to help people have courage and for you to stand up and fight for what you believe in and fight for your life. For me, I believe that I can be who I should be, who Nomsa should be, who Nkosi should be. So that's what I believe in. And that's what this Nkosi Talk Show is about. Any words of encouragement you would like to leave with our audience, Carolann, before we leave?
Yes, and I think it doesn't matter what the chatter goes on in the background. It's listening to your own inner voice. And because leadership begins with self-discovery. Discover yourself, discover your own voice, listen to your own inner voice, your own inner critique, and put that critique to rest. So never mind the noise that's going on around. Listen to the noise that's in your head and that noise, because then it quiets the outer noise. And as I said, leadership begins with self-discovery. So keep discovering yourself and keep on leading. And it's an amazing journey. It really is. It's an adventure, and I love adventures. Do you love adventures? Come join us on this adventure, is what I say. Yeah.
Life is amazing. It's so amazing.
It is.
Being a leader is actually is actually something that basically we are all born with it. Becoming a leader is something that you yourself have to accept, because when you're growing up as a child, you are told there's something else. For me, I was very lucky. I had my mom and my dad. Basically, I don't know. Now I look back, they're both the same. Basically, my mom has a mind of you can be who you want to be. If you believe in the things that you are doing, she's not going to stand in your way. And my father had the same mind as well. So I was very lucky to have parents that let us be who we want to be. But when it comes to discipline, we get discipline 100%. But when it comes to making decisions and choices, you have to make your own choice, as long as a choice that makes sense. If it's something that it makes sense. And even my step parents were the same. If I wanted to do something, I just go, and I knew that if my stepfather basically to me I started calling him stepdad when I was in the UK, because I have but I knew that he's my dad, is my father. Basically, I have two fathers. So I go to him, I tell him my dream. He'll believe in that dream and ask me how I can help you. I knew that I had parents. I can't make excuses. I had parents who could actually help me be who I want to be. But there are some children, some people who are growing up in Africa where I grew up. They depend on other people to make decisions for them. So all I can say to you right now, if you watch this video, no one can make a decision for you. People can help you. You can seek assistance to find your dream, but no one can actually tell you this is your dream. It's something that you're gonna have to sit down, you're gonna have to meditate, you're gonna have to pray and find out what is your birthright, what is written in your birthright. It's you that can find that out. Carolann, she had to find her way to say, who am I? What's my existence on earth? What is my purpose? Why am I here? That's why she's a coach. That's why she's at Ngozi Talk Show, because she believed in herself. And I believed in her as well. And that's why we both working together, because we believe in each other, and we are leading and speaking in one voice. Lead with your own voice. Lead from within. So if you watch our videos later, if you want to speak to one of the speakers, or if you like the love that we are sharing, hit the love button and share some love with everybody else. God bless you.
Absolutely.
Welcome to Ngozi Talk Shows. Lead from within.
Find your own voice.
Challenges we have had to overcome in 2020.
Find your own voice.
The world has become united by the unseen, knowing there are no guarantees for tomorrow.
Lead from within.
Find your own voice.
Let the world hear your voice and be filled within.
For the day has come for you to be a great leader.
The time has come to break away from the pain, distraction, experience the unthinkable.
Lead from within, everyone.